Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Hunting with Purpose. I was intending on recording this very part yesterday, but unfortunately Bob the Builder was hard at work ruining my recording, so yes, I actually really did think I was going to be able to get through that, but then I think a full minute passed and then I realized that that was not going to be happening, so was not really too impressed with that at all. But either way, okay, I just need to wait for my laptop to start responding, thank you very much. Getting a real strong case of deja vu right now, for no particular reason. You know when someone says that they're getting deja vu, it's like they're trying to make a point about something? Well, oftentimes when I say that, I'm not trying to make a point, I legitimately mean it feels like I've been in this very same situation before. And it's a bit weird, but I get that quite often. Yeah, people saying that they're having deja vu often means, oh, this is familiar, in sort of a sarcastic way. Not even sarcastic, more like just a joking sort of way. It's just another way of saying that they've definitely done this before. But I mean deja vu in a literal sense. In the sense that I actually feel like I've done this. Bob was, well, you can call Bob a good meme if you want, Takashi, but I think he's overstayed his welcome by this point. I'm getting really sick of the guy. My laptop is having a very tough time doing something as simple as loading web pages, so that's my current, those are my current hardware grievances, or hardware-based grievances, we could say. I've not yet checked what's happening online here, probably not too much, but hopefully enough to get a hunt started. I don't know where Vernon is. I generally don't bother confirming whether or not he's coming before going live these days, for the reason that, I mean, I will let him know, of course, but what ends up happening is I contact him and think, maybe he won't come, and then I'll make it Doomlink's live hunts, and then he'll come, and then it's like, shit. Not shit in the sense that, oh no, he came, but shit in the sense that I've made it Doomlink's live hunt, so now I would prefer to do a different hunt every single time, rather than grind monsters, but yes. In other words, I've regretted doing that every time, so what I will do is have Hunting with Purpose instead of Doomlink's live hunts. How about that? Sounds like a sensible thing to do, does it not? This here is actually a set in progress. This is actually me trying to build my Awaken Gunlance/Lance set, but I regret to say that I do not actually have what I need to make that Arshan piece. I really did think, in my sheer ignorance, that actually it was only 2 long fragments that I needed to make that armor piece. I think it's the leggings that I need to make. Yeah, it must be the leggings based on the fact that I don't have anything equipped there. And leggings don't require 2 long fragments, they require 3. Just to really kick you while you're down, you know, you finally get some long fragments. You're even lucky enough to get 2 at once. Holy shit, you know, it was enough to get me to fall off my chair. I didn't literally fall off my chair, but it was enough to do so. But then it turns out that I still need more. I mean, what kind of fucking insult is that? Why would you have it be so that I need 3 of the goddamn things? It's just unbelievable. I did get 2, and it was an important day, but unfortunately it still wasn't enough, so now I just have to cross my fingers that I'll get another one at some point. But yeah, that's an update on the current situation. That you can see that old set, my longest surviving set on this character, has now been replaced with the work-in-progress set, because I had already started making it and decided, well, you know what, let's just register it. Well, no, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to make the full set before I started making it, but because I was ready to do that, I thought, well, fuck, I may as well go to the trouble of getting that all organized, and I think I still don't have all of the decorations for it. I might be needing... That's right, I need Sunspire jewels. Can you fucking believe that? So I think, therefore... What is it that I'm needing Sunspire jewels for in terms of decorations? I just know that I need like 3 or something like that, and I don't think I have any left. It's really annoying. But yeah, at the moment I just need long fragments and Sunspire jewels, and then we'll be done. Well, 1 long fragment and maybe 2 or 3 Sunspire jewels, and then we will be done with this armor set. But that's not the end of it, because I haven't actually made any Awakened Lancers or Gun Lancers in this game. So, that is definitely something to work on. But in the meantime, I think we can go and make our way online and see what's happening over there. One of the reasons why I think it's generally better to manually go into the online instead of already starting in the online is because there will come a time when you probably can't do this anymore. And this is going to have some sort of, I suppose you could say, nostalgia factor? I don't know. It'd be good to just show what it was like to go online back when you could. I don't know. Urs has made room. And I do have my keyboard, but I think it's plugged into my Switch. So I will definitely have to talk to Urs if I choose to play with him/her/it. And, okay, you've named your room Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Your name is Alan. And I think I would rather hunt with Urs. Again, Urs is the person who, upon me first entering their room, was like, what do you want? As opposed to hello, or something like that. So we'll see what kind of mood Urs is in today. I have a feeling we will have to be very careful so as not to enrage Urs. We are generally, you know, what do they say, walking around eggshells? Walking on eggshells, there you go. Around this person, but, Urs is Hunter Rank 999, that's generally what you have to contend with. And then there's also the fact that Urs is probably well and truly AFK. These people have this thing where they like to play the game, but not play the game. It's very strange. They think that when they make a room, people aren't going to hunt, or something. I mean, there's no other explanation as to why they would think it's okay to go AFK for like an hour at a time. And then just waste everyone's time, because obviously when someone joins a room, join my room, says Ken Dragon. No, I will not be joining your room. There is another room being hosted by someone of your hunter rank, or at least close to your hunter rank. And I would not join yours over his, because you've got no one and he has like 2 or 3 people, so... yeah. It seems like Urs is once again AFK. I don't know why people choose to do this. I mean, close the fucking room. You know what it is? It's lack of respect for the community, and I'll tell you why. It's because if you're planning on going AFK for like an hour, during that entire hour, people will come here and invest time into waiting for you, thinking that you're going to come back within 5 minutes or maybe even 10 minutes, and then you don't. And then that can happen multiple times to multiple different people, and you probably had no intention of returning in less than an hour. So what that shows is that you don't give a fuck and that you're probably a bit of a dickhead. So yeah, that would be my interpretation of going AFK for extended periods of time in this game. It doesn't achieve anything. I mean, I don't know if you're looking to get your playtime up, which wouldn't make sense because you could just do that in the offline, surely. But I know people like Devil definitely are trying to get their playtime up. I see no other reason why a person would sit AFK in a passworded room 24/7, which is exactly what Devil does. Now, I'm not here to lay waste to the entire community of 3 Ultimate, but I do feel that some of the people who are playing this game are probably at least a little bit dumb. At least a little bit, or at the very least a little bit inconsiderate. Maybe a mixture of both would be my guess. Now, it's a little bit dark, isn't it, with my webcam view? I may as well take this opportunity while I'm waiting for this person to never come back to maybe make it a little brighter here on my webcam. I mean, I swear it was a little better than this when I started, but it seems to be getting darker and darker outside. I am pleased to announce that it is actually starting to get a little cooler outside these days, and as a result I can pretty comfortably wear my leather jacket on camera. I can also sleep very, very soundly. I don't know how you guys are, but I sleep much better in the cold weather. In fact, it becomes a bit of a problem because I end up sleeping for too long. It's very hard to get out of bed when it's cold. But I managed to drag myself out today to sit in front of a camera and deal with inconsiderate cunts like Urs who decide to go AFK for extended periods of time with no regard whatsoever for the community. So there you go. I will go and raise the brightness of my room light. That's a little better. You know, we don't need it to be blindingly illuminated. Just, you know, a little illuminated works. As opposed to barely illuminated at all, which is what I was dealing with before. Okay, well fine. That's probably the last time I join on your room. Because you just seem to have no desire to hunt. This is an example of a person who basically lives on the fucking game, as opposed to, you know, playing the game and doing quests. So, Kendragon, again, has gone and made his own room there, when there was a free slot in this room, with people at around his hunter rank. Now, unfortunately for Kendragon, I don't really feel like playing with him. I think I played with him in the past. I think Kendragon was the person that I was getting up to his urgent quest. I don't think I ended up doing Morales with him, though. I don't think we got to Morales, but I do remember doing pretty much all of his fucking quests. Out of fear of being left behind, and I regret to say that it does happen in this game, I will join up now, and not change to a fire weapon. I'm guessing I'm not the only one using slime. Because I'm not the only one using slime. Every single time I use a slime weapon, I know that I'm doubling down on slime because there's always this one other person using slime. Okay, maybe even 3. Because I think Koopa Trooper also has, which is a very cute spelling of Koopa Trooper. Yes, you are also using slime. So we've got 3 people using slime, which is actually awful, but if I were to go and change weapons now, I'd be running the risk of them departing without me because that's what they do. I have, in my Doomlink's Random Hunt series, incredible documented evidence of people just departing without you. It happens very often. But anyway. Vernon has yet to make an appearance. He's probably asleep or something, but he will likely wake up soon and jump on. So technically right now this is not hunting with purpose, unless you were to say that my purpose today is to hunt random things. Which would just be Doomlink's live hunts, but as I said, it's very difficult to really determine what I'm going to do at any time. If you know exactly what you're going to do, it's different, but when you are planning around someone else, it always makes it a little harder, but not that I would blame Vernon for that. He does have a life outside of joining me on camera. So it's not a blame game, I'm just saying it does make things harder. You love bullfangers, well, you must be a masochist. I don't know why you would love bullfangers, they're pretty awful. No. I didn't intend to roll into him there, I sort of did a diagonal roll to the right, but I wanted to have a more strict right-leaning roll. So one good thing about Glacial Agnaktor is that his chest is always soft. One thing I don't like, however, is having Ice Blight with dual blades. If you want 2 terrible combinations, that would be Ice Blight and dual blades. Doesn't get much worse than that. Are you fucking kidding me? Here I thought that I had Mind's Eye on the X combo with dual blades. Apparently I do not. So I'm dead wrong about that. Let's go and Demon Dance the chest here. Not very good for getting charge up, obviously, but felt like getting damage there out of spite. God, I only just woke up and I'm already hungry. Wonder why. Got quite an appetite at the moment. You know what, I think colder weather makes you hungrier too. That's my current, sarcasm, well, there you go. What was I saying? I think hunger makes me hungrier. No, cold weather makes me hungrier. Yes, hunger does indeed relate in some way to hunger, to my understanding. Thank you, Doomlink. Your words of wisdom today are as enlightening as always. Or as enlightening as ever. English lessons with Doomlink. I can see you've got a pitfall trap over there, but someone's gone and decided to, I believe, flash bomb the Glacial Agnaktor. Alan has died. Indeed, if this were the try error, people would be joking about how his name is similar to the video with the fucking whatever that thing was going, Alan, Alan. I mean, that was never a funny video. That was never funny. You know, we're talking like 2010. That was still considered somewhat funny back then. A lot of unfunny things were still considered funny in 2010. That much I can tell you. It was a time of innocence, I tell you. Or I would say it was the last year of real internet innocence. I guess it was still sort of around in 2011. Not really. Things began to change. Especially around 2012, and it was officially over in 2013. That was the beginning of the internet that we know today. That was a sad day when the internet died. And the reason why it died was because it got bigger. I mean, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger with every single year that passes, but it reached a boiling point in 2013. That was when it was over, officially. It was the advent of social media, and the advent of basically everyone being on the internet. It used to be a community, you see. If you resided on the internet, you were part of a community. But now residing on the internet is just... it's the same as residing in real life, because they are now one and the same. So as a result, I suppose you could say, the pathetic nature of society is reflected in the exact same way on the internet as it is in real life. So, and also shows you that it doesn't matter where you come from. Everyone's a... well, no, I don't need to get into misanthropic philosophy, but I learned quite some time ago that it doesn't matter where you come from. It's part of human nature to be insufferable. Oh dear. Okay. I had a feeling you were popping out for a laser. I really did. Again, not too impressed that I'm using a slime weapon here. I would much rather... Alan, what are you doing? It's very difficult to spin out in this game with that attack, I'm telling you. I mean, if you were in first or second gen, fair enough. But in this game, come on. Spinning out. Well, he's probably still learning, to be fair. But that is one of the worst things you can do with a hammer, spinning out with that attack, because the spinning attack it barely does any damage, but you make up for the lack of damage by doing a golf swing, and then it's not a bad attack anymore. But if you spin out, you obviously haven't done a golf swing, and then at that point, it's just over. You've done nothing in the way of contributing to that. And then you're also stuck in that animation of spinning out. You can't move for a little while there. Oh my god. Go away, Bullfinger. Sometimes I actually take time to go and attack them. Just so that I don't have to deal with their crap, but I think this Glacial Agnator is about to die, so I would like to focus on him. The temptation is arising to kill you, but I do have a laser-firing Glacial Agnator over here. I can't think of a worse place for you to be, I really can't. Mr. E fainted. Can you imagine if we'd failed this quest? Can you imagine for just a moment that we would fail a single G-rank Glacial Agnator? I don't know if I would be angry or if I would find that hilarious. Until it happens, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. I had my sharpening interrupted by a Bullfinger, so I'm just going to settle for this pathetic sharpness here, which is about to drop to green, I believe. Because oh, for God's sake. Well, I don't think that Glacial Agnator is going to die in that area. I think he wants to limp out, but don't think we're going to get to him fast enough. You like Glacial? He's pretty cool. I do enjoy the way in which he's... Oh, are you leaving there? Oh, I guess he leaves out that door. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Oh no, he's fucking popping out there. What are you doing, man? This is ridiculous. I've never seen a Glacial Agnator just stay in this doorway. Okay, come on. But yeah, I do enjoy the fact that you can see where he is when you're in that area. over there. You can actually watch him underneath the ice. What the fuck are you doing? This is, like, your AI is terrible right now. Did you finally leave? Yeah. Now, I don't know what this guy thinks he's doing, putting down a trap. I think, no, we go this way. The rest of these people seem highly confused as to what to do. Maybe they haven't even worked out that he's left the area yet. They'll work it out eventually. Get my charge up here. And then go for damage. And he's dead. Good work, Alan, going for the triple pound there. Thank you, says Mr. E. I do still have to get my keyboard on the go. It's not necessarily needed right at this moment, but it may be in the future, and it's very annoying when you need it, and then you have to go and plug the thing in and bring it over to where you're sitting. It's just fucking annoying, and I do try to do it before I'm recording, and I've been pretty good about that recently, or at least in recent recordings, but it's been a little while since I last did some 3 Ultimates, so, or at least it feels that way, so yeah, I'm a bit out of practice, I guess you could say. Which is a weird thing to say, I suppose, but out of practice with having a keyboard on hand. Big deal. Well, this is turning out to be a lonely recording at the start, but it's just as well I'm good at running my mouth, isn't it? Very good at running my mouth. It's one of my talents. Crapping on about fuck all. Anyway. Yeah, you've been here, Takashi, for sure. Thanks for sticking around. But, yeah, we'll see if Vernon makes an appearance at some point. I like having him to hunt with because it's always a guarantee that I will have someone to play with, even if I just can't get a room together, we can at least 2-man something, you know. It's always a good guarantee. Alright. Not doing too well. I'm doing fine for mega potions, I guess, but I like to have multiple stacks of regular potions. Yeah, you need to, like... Why did you... Well, I guess the reason why you let your friend have your Wii U was because you weren't playing on it, but... You've made a grave mistake. A grave mistake. Because you never know. He might never give it back. And if he does that, you can end his existence on this earth. Well... Whatever. He wants to play Breath of the Wild. Look, I actually wouldn't recommend a person have their first experience in Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, and I'm definitely a purist, I mean, we all know this, but I wouldn't recommend playing Breath of the Wild on Wii U. There's nothing special about the experience. I only got Breath of the Wild on Wii U because there was no reason to get the Switch as a launch title. Or rather, at launch. There was no reason to get the Switch at launch because there were no games on it. I mean, if you remember when the Switch came out, everyone was complaining about how it released with basically no games, or no good games except for Breath of the Wild. And people will argue that Breath of the Wild is all you needed, but I wasn't going to get a console to play Breath of the Wild, okay? I wasn't going to be that guy who was like, I'm getting the new Nintendo console right now! I wasn't going to do that. So I already had a Wii U, so I went and got Breath of the Wild on that. But it turned out to not be too great, so... in terms of performance and all of that, so wouldn't recommend it generally. To my understanding, it's just better on the Switch. Which is certainly not the case for Twilight Princess on the Wii. That was definitely worse in the GameCube version. Unless you really care that terribly about 16:9. At which point I would say, well... okay. Whatever floats your boat. Let's go and get something for Silver Rathalos. I guess we could go with a light bow gun, why not? Go and equip our Plesioth Drencher or whatever it's called. Yeah. How I remember that name, I've got no idea. Just, I don't know, makes sense. Drencher. You think of water and then you think of words like drenched and soaked. And things like that. Well, now I've messaged him because I want it back. Just be like, yo, you know that Wii U? Give it back now. Like, as in now. Does he live close by? Get him to fucking drop it there right this moment. What if he's still... What if it's part of his daily routine to play Breath of the Wild and he's just going to be in tears? He's going to bring back the Wii U and his face is going to be covered with tears and snot and he's going to be snivelling at the door and he'll be like, can I play it again soon? You know, the desperate addiction. Possibly. But you did this to him. 'Tis your responsibility. Mr. E has left. Yo no puedo ese, or whatever the fuck that means in that language, or however that would be said. I definitely do not pride myself on my ability to speak Espanol, but, yeah. I have a feeling that he wasn't happy, for one reason or another. I don't know why. I think, well, look, he was trying to kill that other monster and we just ignored him, so... I mean, that's up to him. If he wants to fight the other monster, that's great, but we are not, I guess, obligated to go and kill the other monster also. But he was probably fine, he probably didn't care. Or maybe he's extremely angry and he's never going to play ever again. Who knows? Who knows? So we're going to get some wet fish, just so that we have enough water shots. I'm going to get my keyboard. No, you know one thing I don't like about my keyboard being here? If I leave it on my lap, I can't cross my legs, which is what I always do. It's kind of... Well, I guess I could leave my keyboard on my laptop or something. I suppose I can do that. Well, I have to go and plug it in and do that. One moment. There we go. I can just leave that on my laptop there. That's not too bad at all. I'm quite okay with that. Am I too far in the corner there? Probably. There we go, that's probably a little better, isn't it? Alright, let's get out of here. As in, get out of Port Tanzia and get into the hunt. Quite ready to go. We definitely don't really need a... I mean, you've got 2 people with slime and 1 guy dealing elemental damage. We don't need 4 people. And in this game, fortunately, people do actually join while a quest is in progress and wait. That does happen. Of course, the reason why that never happens in games such as Generations Ultimate is because I believe by default there is a filter that filters out rooms where people are on a quest, so... But as well as that, you have the fact that it's a different community of people. They want instant gratification. They're not willing to wait for people to return. And it creates this cycle where you just wouldn't expect that, you know. No one's going to return from a quest for anyone because people just leave when they join, well, a quest is in progress anyway and all that sort of thing. So it results in an environment where people just don't wait for each other and don't return for each other and all that. It may change because I have actually been on wait for more player, says Alan. Are you the host? I guess you are. If you insist, I mean, shit, it's just Silver Rathalos, man. He's going to be dead pretty quickly, but... Very well. What was I saying? Yeah, I've actually been on Generations Ultimate fairly recently, and the community is not too much better than this game at this point. I mean, you can imagine, because it's on the Switch, think about it. Anyone playing Monster Hunter on the Switch at this time is probably playing Rise. So, you've got a pretty limited number of people playing Generations Ultimate at the moment. It's possible that the way in which people quest will change with a smaller community. You know, maybe people will actually be willing to wait for people to return from a quest. They would have to, ideally, remove that filter that doesn't show rooms where people are on a quest, but yeah, if they think to do that, then I think the community will change. It's probably not going to be good. I don't think the people who remain will be all that fun to hunt with. At least I don't believe so, but we'll see. You haven't played Generations Ultimate with randoms ever. Well, hunting with friends is definitely a more enjoyable experience than hunting with randoms, but I've never really had a consistent group of friends to play Monster Hunter with. Key word being consistent, you know. Whenever I want to play Monster Hunter, I'm not necessarily going to have people to hunt with, you know. So, hunting with randoms is useful. It's because they're always going to be there. There will always be randoms to hunt with. Now, there are effective and ineffective ways of hunting with randoms. One of the most ineffective is to do turns rooms. That's just dumb. I don't appreciate it when people do turns rooms. I mean, I do actually appreciate it because it's a good way for me to, you know, do joke weapon roulette or to do Doomlink's live hunts, because I don't have to leave the room and I will get a different quest each time, generally. And if it starts to rotate through the same quests every time, then I can just leave and find a new turns room. So it's good in that sense. But in terms of actually getting something done, it's pretty stupid. There are benefits to it, but people don't do turns rooms for those benefits. They do it thinking that that's the best way to actually get their stuff. Oh, Alan's decided that it's not worth waiting for 4 people. Koopa Trooper is getting pretty antsy. He's ready to go. Absolutely ready to go. But yeah, I would not wait for a 4th player. I'd wait for a 3rd, but I wouldn't wait for a 4th, and the reason why is because there aren't that many people playing. I think it would stand to reason that you're going to be sitting here for a while waiting for another person, so unless it's really going to be quite useful, I just wouldn't bother. One of the funny things about... Well, I don't know what you want. No, I'm not doing that. He's pinging for something, I don't know what he wanted, but... yeah. So of course we will try to stay in peak performance here. It will, as you would expect, improve our performance. I don't really think that's too profound, what I've just said, but there you go. We've already broken that wing. Not really out to break anything, I'm out to kill him as quickly as possible by dealing maximum damage, but yeah. Well, that is the best way to experience it, Takashi. Because that's how I played World when it came out. I always had a group of people to play with. I didn't do random well, I did do random SOS questing a little bit when it first came out, but not much. Which was one of the reasons why I didn't really dislike the SOS system as much. But, yeah, it's funny. The experience of playing World with a group of people really has left me with fond memories of the release of World, you know. As much as I don't like that game, my time spent playing that game when it came out, sort of exploring it with a group of people, and playing it for the first time with them, really was a nice thing. That was one of the worst flash bombs I've ever seen in my life. That was really high up there on the scale of worst flash bomb. No. Stop this thing, Silver Rathalos. Oh my god, this guy needs to go to flash bomb training school or something. I guess I can aim for the face. I think that's alright for Element, isn't it? I believe so. Alan is aiming for the head with his hammer, using triple pounds, which is probably not great. Ah, we've already broken the head, which is great. We've basically broken everything we can expect to break because no one's dealing cutting damage, so therefore we're not going to get the tail. There is no back break. It is worth mentioning. What are these guys doing? Why were they both just like really far away? Maybe they were healing. I took a hit because I was so confused. I thought maybe they had disconnected or something. That happens sometimes. If we've got a trap down, we may as well make use of it. Oh god, I'd better get into peak... Oh, thank you for that life powder. That actually brought me into peak performance. I didn't have to waste a potion for that. It was quite nice. Oh, Diaza has visited the port. I think he's alright. I've played with Diaza a little bit. He hasn't done anything to really piss me off, I don't think. At least not yet. I feel like he pissed me off once, but nothing that's left me really hating him. Oh my god, trying to get... Alan, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what are you doing right now? He must be distracted by something. You can't be that dumb. Yeah, he's distracted by something. Whatever. It's not a big deal. Koopa Troopa is bouncing off the fucking head of the Rathalos right now, doing what I would refer to, damage-wise, as fuck all. So, and then Koopa Troopa takes the hit. It's not looking too good today. It's not looking too good. Alan is doing I've got no idea what, and Koopa Troopa is taking fireballs like a trooper, and it's a bad day for the anti-Rathalos squad, which is our current operation name, yes. That is our team name today. Diaza has left the port. You fucking dick. Sorry, I should have said hello, I guess. He's one of these people who, despite having really nowhere else to go, is unwilling to wait for us to return. I mean, seriously, you'd be sitting there for like 2 minutes. This monster is not going to last too much longer. Despite the fact that this team is really not doing too much, you'd be back pretty soon, or we'd be back pretty soon, and then you'd be in a hunt in no time at all. But no, you've gone and left because you should be playing Generations Ultimate, not this game, clearly. Oh god, Rathalos. Don't do this to me. This has been the loneliest recording I've done in a very, very long time. I don't know what's happened. Oh well. Just try to get around him here. I knew he was going for that. Of course, when you are running peak performance, you do try harder than ever to not take a hit, which is good. I mean, you end up playing better, don't you? If you're really trying not to take a hit no matter what. It's sort of like adrenaline, but adrenaline doesn't really have a terrible... Or rather, peak performance doesn't have a terrible repercussion for taking a hit, whereas adrenaline does, because if you're adrenaline gunning, you're one hit from death, so you play even better. But the point is, the greater the risk of getting hit, the better you will play. It's just how it is. And there will always be a subconscious effect which dictates how hard you're going to try with avoiding getting hit. So if you know subconsciously that you can take a hit and you'll be fine, you're likely to take the hit. It's just how it is. Get away from that fire. I mean, maybe this isn't going to be over and done with as quickly as I was hoping. Alright, we can probably drop a pitfall if we want, but I don't have a pitfall, so we can't. And I wouldn't expect to see a pitfall from this team anyway. I don't even know what to say to you. You weren't even the one throwing the flash bomb last time. You know what? No. I have amended my previous statement. That is the worst flash bomb I've ever seen. I've seen 2 flash bombs that may very well be the worst flash bombs that I've ever seen, and they were from 2 different people. So, I don't really know what's happening with this team, but some flash bomb lessons wouldn't go astray, that's all I can fucking say. They are really great. Like, they're really great. Because I'm telling you, I mean, that's a talent. To be that bad at flash bombing, like, you are behind a monster, right? You're behind the fucking monster, and you throw the flash bomb in its anus, expecting it to do something. I mean, I don't really know what to tell you, other than that's not how flash bombs work. Either these guys are world players, where flash pods basically work no matter where you fucking throw them, but even that's not going to work. If you were to throw or shoot a flash pod behind the monster into its anus, I don't think that would do anything. But I just don't understand. That doesn't make any sense to me. Whatever, we didn't do so terribly that I needed to combine for my shots, so that's one good thing. I do actually chalk that up to my peak performance, to be honest. I think it's pretty obvious that I did most of the damage that hunt, but I think the main reason why it was so quick was thanks to peak performance. If I didn't have peak performance, that might have taken a little longer. Why are you saying lo siento? Isn't that like sorry or look out or something like that? I don't know. I don't speak that language, but the point is that it's a bit inappropriate to be sending it now. Alright. Have we got a mantle? We do have a mantle. I was about to say, do we have a mantle for our troubles? And the answer is yes. Thank you, game. I was certainly deserving of that. Whereas those other guys, probably not deserving of that. I probably took their mantle. That's often how it is. It's usually like one guy who gets a mantle. And I was that guy today. Alrighty. So I'm gonna sell all that stuff, yes. Actually, not even sell because I'm at max Zenny, so let's discard. It's faster to discard because I don't have to go to that shopkeeper. Okay. So, what I need to try to do, and I'm not really too sure how this works, but I need to try and check the Argosy to see if I'm getting level ups on the boats. I don't know if the boats can level up from here. I really don't know because I've yet to see it. I'm not feeling it. I will go to farm request though because I need to get these Dragonfell berries. How many have we got now? We've got lots. Yeah, we've got lots of Dragonfell berries, so let's have a bit of a snoop, shall we? We are sitting on 53 Dragonfell berries, which is very good. Okay. So we've got a full hammer team here. I don't know what the next hunt is going to be, but I've got no idea where Vernon is. This would mark the first time that he hasn't really appeared, so... Well, there you go. Hello, Juvenator. Haven't seen you for a little while. Lucent Naga Cougar, not a terrible idea, because that... Oh no. Rakazu cannot join. Now, what is this room called? It's not 8+, is it? No, it's just MH3U, so therefore, if you're not going to name your room HR8+, you can't blame Rukazu for not being Hundrake 8. So you're going to have to go and post a quest that Rukazu can join. It's really as simple as that. That's your fault, Alan. You watch, Cooper Trooper's going to join it anyway. Because he doesn't give a fuck. Oh no, he seems to give enough of a fuck to not join it. Very good. Well, what's the answer then, Alan? If you close the room, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose it. Ponuna Lucas, he says. I don't know what the fuck that means. I never know what it means. I guess he's saying... He's telling Rukazu to post instead. They're both on the quests. I haven't seen the paralysis hammer in quite a little while. Okay, what have we got on the board? Oh my god. Diablos, of course. Far from being my favourite. Very far from being my favourite. I will bring an ice light bowgun. I was considering going heavy bowgun for the next one, but when I saw that it was Diablos, I realised, no, I don't think I'll be doing that. Because that's crouch fire. Diablos runs around the whole fucking quest, so I will be perpetually out of range if I were to go heavy bowgun. Because of course it is a crouch fire setup, so... I suppose not everyone knows what my heavy bowgun elemental setup is. It is crouch fire. And I definitely don't want to be fighting a Diablos with a setup like that. Wouldn't be a good idea. So, Let's go and put away those wet fish, replace those with ice crystals, and purchase some freeze ammunition, and then we should be good to go. Well, we got a short message from someone, I don't know who from. This is a bit, add a group of Monster 3U. So Zeth is Alan, yes. So he doesn't want to hunt with Rikazu. So he wants to join on me. I don't mind making a room for HR8+. I'm not opposed to that. But that's some pretty low-level English now, isn't it? I guess there are worse ways to phrase that, but not many. There aren't many that would be worse, that's all I can say. I've got 3 ammunition types that can be shot rapid fire. We've got Pierce 1, Normal Level 2, and Freeze, which is pretty good. Pretty happy with that. You know, I was hunting in 4 Ultimate recently, and I realized, oh, what, are you kidding me? You were not even anywhere near me, so I ran into you. It's very hard when you don't actually aim for me, because then I just end up going straight into you. I mean, there was no one else to aim for, so what are you doing? Diablos, you fool. As I was saying, I was playing in 4 Ultimate a few days ago with Ethan, and I remembered that it was in 4 Ultimate that they made it so that Diablos would immediately have a flinching roar. He would do like the step forward and do his regular scream, and it doesn't work. It's stupid because that over-the-top scream works really well when his whole body goes rigid and he sticks his head up in the air like that. Because he looks like he's... It just works, you see. It does not work when he's just doing his normal roar that is not supposed to affect you. I mean, you've literally taken away one of the unique aspects of the monster, which is that he does not roar with a flinch roar normally, but when he goes enraged, he does flinch roar you. And it's a different roar. And that was a nice unique thing about Diablos that they took away because they decided that he needed to have a flinch roar at all times, and I don't know why they decided that. What kind of decision is that? They didn't do it for the entire fucking series up to that point, so why did they suddenly need to do that for 4 Ultimate? Yeah, I agree. Takashi. I really don't like Diablos either. Not a fan at all. Diablos and Monoblos, shitty monsters. My friend Ethan, however, finds him pretty fun. I was not expecting a charge there. That came as a surprise. You are not comboing me, sir. I shan't suffer your combo. And there goes Alan. Koopa Trooper, of course, is on death's door. I mean, these two are not the best players I've ever seen. It's one of the reasons why I probably won't actually make a room for them, because I don't really want to play with Alan if I'm not in this room. I'm not really going to invite him. Oh, shit. I was putting away my weapon, but Diablos is pretty fast. I will prioritize healing here for the reason that I'm kind of in a bad situation. You always need to determine whether it's more important to try to get out of the situation and heal, or just heal immediately, because sometimes you do run the risk that in the process of getting out of the dangerous situation you can just get hit and die anyways, so it does happen at times. What the fuck is going on next door? Very angry dogs. I'm tempted to go and check to see what the fuck's going on, to be completely honest. But, anyway. Well, I actually managed to roll through that. That was pretty good. I've definitely had worse rolls than that. I think, yeah, I was about to say, I think that Rhinopolis is coming in. Of course, that's really terrible when you're trying to run peak performance. Really terrible. I'd like to break those horns, but I'm not really expecting it. Full hammer team, and none of them know how to hammer a Diablos, honestly. from what I've been able to see. Okay, seriously? I'm about to lose it. I'm actually about to fucking lose it with this Rhinopolis. You are getting the fuck out of here. Out. Is that 6 rapid fire shots with normal level 2? That's pretty impressive. I don't think that's 5. I thought that was 6. Which is pretty damn good. You haven't touched Rise in a week and a half. I haven't touched it since I did that last recording, which is probably about the same length of time. Or maybe 2 weeks now. I don't know how long it's been since I did that recording, but I haven't touched the game since then either. I have no reason to. And good. I'm glad to vacate that community, quite frankly. I have no possible way of relating to those people, so I'm glad to be gone. Well, I know what you were trying to do, Mr. Flashbomb, but king of the flash bombs. I'm always too lazy to bring sonic bombs to Diablos. I don't know why. One day I'll actually consider doing it and stop being so lazy about it. No, you don't. You know, if you can get away from that head, you always get hit by the tail anyway. Oh, see how he didn't go after me, but I rolled into him anyway? I don't even think he was aiming for anyone in particular. Is he gonna fuck with me? I can barely see what the fuck's going on, I can say that much. But yeah, that was another case of me trying to avoid Diablos, but then he goes and aims at something else, so I roll into him instead. It's really annoying. I know what you're doing, Rhinopolis. I know very well. Supplies delivered, and Diablos is changing areas. This is going to be probably the longest possible fucking single Diablos hunt ever. Do I like Zenoga Juvenator? Yes, I do. I think he's pretty cool. I've got a lot of attachment to Zenoga. Not so much his weapons, but I enjoy him because I did play Portable 3rd as it released, and when Zenoga was first announced and he was part of the new game, he was really cool. He was hot stuff. And I think back to those times, and I have a lot of attachment to that memory and also to Zenoga. Now, I don't know what you're trying to do with that flash bomb. You are again flashing him while he's not even facing us. So I don't know how many times you need the results to speak for themselves. I mean, apparently the results are not speaking because you still don't get it. That aiming for the arse-hole of the monster is actually not going to flash them. Like, they don't have eyes in their anus. So I really don't know what you're trying to achieve there. Doesn't seem like a good thing to me. Doesn't seem like a good idea. Strategically speaking. Go away, Diablos. I'm not worried about taking heavy damage from you. I'm worried about taking any damage from you because I want peak performance to remain in effect. I'm trying to flinch you out of this if we can. Of course, a Delex is getting in my way. Oh dear. It's funny how you move your controls when you get stunned. The reason why is because I'm out of the habit of button mashing. What I usually do these days is just use my analog sticks. I rotate my analog sticks because it's much quieter. That's mostly with my PS4 controller, though. I use my PS4 controller for Ultimate, well, basically all those games, but particularly 4th gen and above, I just rotate my analog sticks because it's about as fast and it doesn't make any noise. But what happens is I do it in this game, which is 3rd gen, and it doesn't work as well, and it does move my camera while I do it. So, and it's also pretty noisy because of how the analog sticks are on the Classic Controller Pro. So what I really should be doing is rotating one analog stick and then using my thumb to mash X, A, Y, and D, which is what I used to do. So my bad habits from later games are bleeding into my strategy here in 3rd gen. I probably don't need more shots than this. Hopefully not anyway. I think Diablos is going to move to the weak area, yes. Well, I'm going for the capture just so that we can have this be a faster process. I really don't have much desire to much of a desire to drag this hunt on for longer than it already has dragged on. Alright. Trap time. Before they can even get here, ideally. There you go. I mean, maybe Rukazu didn't want to capture, I don't know, but... none of my business. I broke both horns, basically by myself, so... that'll do it for me. But yeah, I always try to break the horns on a Diablos when I'm hunting it, because otherwise it feels like a wasted hunt. Cutting the tail can help for tail cases, because they're oftentimes needed for what you're making, and I almost never cut the tail of a Diablos when I'm hunting it, so... and I rarely see it be cut from other people in the team, so... oh. Some fucking noisy dogs outside. They're not very nice dogs either. I like dogs. I'm a lover of dogs and all animals really, but those dogs are fucking... oh, disgusting. I would actually kill them without a second thought. Which is saying a lot because that's quite out of character for me. But they're ratty, ugly fucking dogs, and I don't like them. So there you go. Now, we don't want to take any of these slog bones, and, well, I guess we can take the adamant orb. Okay. Can probably put away our ice crystals, I think. Everyone says that Lao Shanlong is a boring fight. It's because he is. Basically, Gen Moran is the 3rd generation version of Lao Shanlong in the sense that you are dealing with a large monster that takes a lot of hits to die. So you're basically beating on this monster, and there isn't much risk associated with the process of hunting the monster in question. So therefore, Gen would be your Lao Shanlong equivalent for 3rd generation. Of course, Daran Moran would be the equivalent for 4th. And, I don't know why they brought Lao Shanlong back in Generations Ultimate. That was one of the most ridiculous things I'd ever seen. I've always said that if you were to bring back Lao Shanlong, what you do is you have it be an actual fight. You don't have it be the same siege confrontation where Lao Shanlong is just running away from Fatalis in that fortress location. What you do is, if you go to the trouble of bringing back Lao Shanlong, you have him actually fight the team, see what Lao Shanlong can do. Maybe he's got some moves. Well, I can tell you now, they definitely didn't give him any interesting moves for the return of Lao Shanlong. It's like, okay, well, why would you do that? I'm guessing they did it for nostalgia, but they would have achieved the nostalgia by having it be Lao Shanlong, but an actual hunt. You know, we don't need to experience that stupid siege confrontation again. It is very boring. It's not fun at all. They technically made it less boring in Generations Ultimate, but that's like, you know, if 100% boredom is what the 1st and 2nd gen Lao Shanlong hunt was like, the Generations Ultimate hunt was like 90 to 95% boredom. So, yeah, you're still dealing with a fucking boring hunt. Yeah, Gen Moran is fun. I enjoy him a lot. He's a more dynamic and enjoyable version of Lao Shanlong for sure. What would I like to use? I might use Sword and Shield. Calcamatia, I suppose, would be my choice. What's happening in the room? Water? Ice. I'm guessing he's asking what the weakness is, but water works, I guess. I think water is a secondary weakness. Let's get the Calcamatia. Referring to Gen Moran, this chest piece is actually part of the hallowed Gen Moran armor set. It's purple because that Gen Moran subspecies is purple. Purple. Oh, Alan's actually got an ice weapon. Well, I have respect for him there. He might not play well, but at least he's got multiple elemental weapons. A lot of people just don't bother with that shit. They don't care. They think, oh, I'll use one weapon type, and I'll use exactly one weapon for that one weapon type, and that's going to be my Monster Hunter experience. You know, that's how some people play. But Alan, despite not really playing well, at least knows that it's useful to have multiple different elements, so good on him. The thing is, Takashi, I do realize that Generations Ultimate was supposed to celebrate the history of Monster Hunter, but you don't bring back fucking Gen Moran. Excuse me, you don't bring back Lao Shan Lung. You bring back monsters like Yamatsukami, which would be a lot more enjoyable as far as I'm concerned. And, you know, even the Yamatsukami fight was not that fun, I will admit, but it'd be a damn sight better than Lao Shan Lung, and again, there's no reason why you don't just bring back Lao Shan Lung properly. No one wants to do the stupid siege again. 2 generations of that garbage was enough. Because you were forced to do it. You would have Lao Shan Lung as an urgent. And if you wanted good dragon weapons, well, Lao Shan Lung was often your best bet. You did have Fatalis weapons, but not for all weapon types. Well, rather, Fatalis was not as good for all weapon types, and besides, you didn't really want to fight lots of Fatalis either, because he was miserable in 1st and 2nd gen. So, yeah. Why they brought back Lao, I've got no fucking idea. I understand that for a lot of people they hadn't hunted a Lao Shan Lung until Generations Ultimate came out, but they're basically getting the authentic experience. It's different, a little bit, but it's almost the authentic Lao Shan Lung experience, and quite frankly I don't think people needed to experience that. I mean, why? Why is that something that people are missing out on if they've never done it? I wouldn't say anyone's necessarily missing out on Shen Gaoden if they haven't fought him before. But even he is more interesting than Lao Shan Lung. I mean, at least Shen Gaoden is a giant fucking crab. Whereas Lao Shan Lung is a fucking... It's just this red dragon thing that just sort of walks around. Anyway. Hey, Enten. Let's go and make our way over to where we need to go. Unfortunately, Alan and Koopa Trooper are quite far away from the monster. I think I would like to cut the tail because, shockingly, I think I still need Sand Barrioth stuff. I think there's like one other weapon that I haven't made for Sand Barrioth that I was planning on making, and cutting that tail is important because that's seriously like the only thing from Sand Barrioth that I need. I did intend to do the X and A to give myself some more range there. Are you kidding me? I don't know how the hell that didn't hit me there. I was literally standing on top of the fucking thing and it still didn't deal any damage. Well, Hypnoc didn't really need to return either. Rukazu, how do you manage to do that? This is Sand Barrioth. We're not dealing with, like... I don't even... Ugh. Anyway. Already dead. Admittedly, I never checked his armor set, so maybe he's got really bad defense. Trying to reposition for good hits on the wing there. That side check, by the way. Really. Quite, well, it's got a great effective range. Greater than you might expect. But at least it didn't hit me in that situation. That would have been a little nasty. What I hate is when he repositions after it and then I can't go and hit the wings, but he didn't reposition that time, so that's fortunate. Watch, he'll reposition here. See that? I can't go in and attack the wings when he repositions like that. I'm aiming for the wings so that I can attack the tail on the knockdown. That way I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone, effectively. Because breaking the wings is an important part of the fight, and I'm also trying to get that tail, so... I'll have lower DPS if I'm tail focused. So that's probably not a good thing. How the hell is Alan only just getting here? He could not have gone a longer way. At least I don't think so. Cooper. What is going on with this fucking team? It's Sandbarrioth. I don't understand. At this rate, it'll be a fucking miracle if we can succeed in this hunt. Alan hasn't even arrived yet. What are you doing over there? Are you shaking in fear? He's probably shaking in fear. Alright, let's try and get that tail if we can. Didn't even get a full combo. Well, I got a full combo out, it just wasn't on target. If we can get a paralysis, Rikazu, without you dying, that'd be pretty good. He's taking a decent amount of damage, but he's probably sitting at around 580 defense, something like that. Yeah, I think it was a bit over the top to have Barrioth look really large in 5th gen. Come on, get in the trap. Thank you. I'm not aiming for the wing here. Come on, give me that tail. I deserve it by now. Trying to go around him. You're repositioning, are you? Yes, you are. Right on top of me, actually, but not such that I'd be able to hit your damn wing. You're being too generous there, Barrioth. Look at me circling around him like this. Trying desperately to hit that fucking wing. I mean, I'm the only one who can cut this tail, but I feel like I've been soloing this monster. Can we just all acknowledge the fact that I'm the only one hitting it? I don't know how this happened. I don't know what has caused this. I don't know if Alan is stupid or if he's just severely distracted by something, because it seems that most of the time when I watch him in the hunt with a monster, he's off doing something else. Like, he's not even hunting the thing. Like, what is he doing over there? I don't understand. He must be getting... I have to give him the benefit of the doubt and just assume that he's being distracted by something in real life. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. So I really need that tail, because again, I'm not going to... I just got paintballed, I swear to you. The guy threw a paintball at me instead of the monster. And if you need to see where I am at all times, then that's great, but... Okay, now... Oh, look! That was your attempt at a flash bomb that actually ended up on target. But only because Barrioth turned to face it. Oh my god. You think he's beating his meat? Well... He could be. It's definitely possible. What is Rikazu doing? Why is it... Okay, he's fucking disconnected. I mean, we're only doing this for him. This isn't for anyone else, at least I don't think so. Oh no. I can't remember who posted this quest. Alan is the red player, but that doesn't change depending on who joins the quest in this game. It changes depending on who joins the room, so Alan will always be the red player. I don't fucking know. I don't understand. This team is woeful. One of the worst teams I've ever played with. In this game. I've played with worse teams, yes, but not in this game, I don't think. This is pretty bad. They're afraid of fainting, so they're having me do it. Well, to be completely honest, that would be the smarter way to do it, probably. It's pretty sad, but... But, yeah, I don't really know what this quest is being done for. I don't know if it was for the key quests of the guy who just disconnected, or if Alan wanted it. Please don't spin out. You are shocking to me. You are shocking to me, sir. I don't understand that. because I've yet to see him do a golf swing out of the spinning animation. And one thing that I'm also shocked by is that we're still hunting this damn thing. Minina has joined the room. He is someone I've played with before, but I don't know why there are so many Spanish people in this game right now, but you know what? At least there's a community of people playing. That's better than nothing. It's certainly better than nothing. Now, have to aim for as much damage as I can by keeping focused on that head. You know, I think they're hammer users that don't really know what they're doing with the hammer weapon type. I think that's what it ultimately comes down to. I think hammer is one of those weapon types where if you don't play well with it, you're not really going to do too much. We got a, well, there you go, we managed to get a KO at least. But definitely, hammer is unforgiving. No, Rise is garbage, I don't have time for that game. Complete garbage. I won't play it until... Oh, I don't even know if I'm going to play it when the update drops. I really don't know. I'm tempted to never touch it again. Because I'm very comfortable with it not being in my life right now. Very comfortable. In fact, it actually doesn't even exist in my mind. The only time that it exists in my mind is if someone mentions it by name. Outside of that... What the fuck is going on over there? You've got dogs, you've got screaming children... I'll give them something to scream about, I swear to God. I'll go over there and they'll find out what it means to be in fear of their lives. Or be in fear for their lives. But, I don't really have any large, sharp objects. At least not on hand. So, again, I don't need anything from Sand Barrioth except for tails. And of course it looks like I carved the tail and I didn't get a tail. Which is, again, something that frustrates me more than anything. Because when you cut a tail and you carve a tail, you should be getting a tail. I'm sorry. You should always be getting a tail. And if you get something that's not a tail, it should be an actual rare. So I'd be happy to have a large wyvern gem from that carve, that'd be fine. But if it's not a large wyvern gem, give me a tail, please, because I'm carving a tail. Thank you. It makes no sense that you would carve a tail and not get a tail. It's foolish to me. I've never understood that. I got 2 large wyvern stones, so the game is just like, okay, sorry Doomlink, take these as a peace offering. I'm thinking, well, fuck you. I don't want large wyvern gems, I've got enough. Okay. Take those and then that'll do me. Alright. Yeah, I've been playing a bit of Souls again, actually. I was doing Dark Souls 2 yesterday, the day before, and I think 3 days ago. And I'll probably do a little bit more today. Not recording, of course, just playing in my own time. Just going back to my my older characters. I'm remaking my... Just yesterday, actually, I started remaking my magic build on Dark Souls 2, which was necessary because I had a character that was just too pale. She was too pale skinned and it was really bothersome whenever the light would shine on her skin. It was just this blinding white thing. And I mean, I don't mind pale characters or even pale people necessarily, it's just, it didn't look good in game. And the reason why this happened was because in the character creation screen of Dark Souls 2, and I was actually mentioning this during the first recording of Rise, in that character creation screens often have different lighting to the rest of the game. But most games aren't really terrible about that. Dark Souls 2 is. That game, the lighting in the character creation screen is very specific, and your skin tone will always be much, much brighter outside of the character creation screen, as opposed to whatever you set it to while in the character creation screen. So, yeah, I wanted to make a pale character for my magic build back then, but if it's pale in the character creation screen, God, you'd better be ready for how it looks outside of it, because it's going to be really pale, really pale. And that was a shame. Oh, I guess Menina is actually a high enough hunter rank for this. I guess Alan's quite happy now. I bet Alan is just over the moon, because he didn't want to have this person at a lower hunter rank, accepting quests. Alrighty, so I will... Shit, what is it again? Lucent Nagakuga, so ice. But what would I like to use as an ice weapon here? I was just using ice. I mean, maybe I could for a change. It's been a long time. But I could use a greatsword on Lucent Nagakuga. I say it's been a long time, but I think I've only maybe ever done it once. And I don't necessarily remember that time when I did it. I'd like to equip the... Where is it? Also, sorry about the background noise if you can hear any of that. There's not much I can do about it. Here we go. Devastator Blade, that's what I was looking for. That is actually a fucking nuisance, that background noise, isn't it? What I can do is I can possibly mute myself for a moment while that passes. Yeah, that's probably worth doing. Alrighty, got Ultra Lucky Cat. Alrighty. Go and join the quest. No, I haven't ordered a soldering kit yet, but I have ordered the battery for it. Not like for the kit. I've decided to get the battery and the screwdriver for the cartridge first. Okay. Let's go and make our way over to the monster and hope that we don't get destroyed. Because, again, I don't have much experience hunting Lucent Nagakuga with the greatsword. Okay, I have to mute again. So I don't know if you've been seeing, but I've been getting a bit hammered by these fucking poison barbs. And also one thing to mention with this particular loadout is that I'm very used to having critical draw with greatswords, and so you may notice, or you might have noticed before, that I was sheathing and then unsheathing almost immediately after, and that was out of habit. I don't actually have critical draw on this. I do have critical line +1. I couldn't get critical draw on this, so... Oh god. But yeah, greatsword on a Nagakuga in general isn't too bad. I'm quite entertained by these terrible flash bombs though. Oh, we'd better get into that trap. Oh, I knew that was going to hit me. I'm always getting hit by those damn spikes, and as I said last time, I had people suggesting that, or assuming rather, that I didn't like Lucent Nagakuga because he goes invisible. That's not even an issue with Lucent Nagakuga. The issue is the stupid poison crap that you have to deal with. I guess no one cares about the trap, so I won't even... Oh. Okay. As I said, this fucking poison crap is just insufferable. I'd love... I mean, as a greatsword user, I would love an opportunity to get like a double, triple charge combo out, but I don't think these people give a fuck, and I couldn't really be bothered pinging them, to be completely honest. Trying to get this on the head. Very good. How many flash bombs are you throwing? Like, I've never seen a group of people outside of first or second generation, particularly second, where so many flash bombs are being thrown. It's unbelievable that you don't get that sort of benefit out of flashing. There's no reason to throw so many. It's unbelievable. Makes no fucking sense to me. Fuck off. I'll put my greatsword away to reposition. I'm not taking any chances with those stupid poison spikes. Whoa. No! I swear to God, they aim at you. Look at this! Look at them all. It's like they all, as one big group, want to flash over and over and over again. Like, what are you achieving through doing that? Do you not realize that you're getting diminishing returns here? When you I mean, you would think that based on the fact that Lucent Nagakuga was affected by that last flash bomb for the best part of maybe 3 seconds, you'd think that would be enough to suggest to them that flashing at this point is not going to help whatsoever. But I think, yep, look, see what I mean? They don't even learn. They don't even learn. Let's see how long that he's affected by it. Already unaffected. What did that achieve? Fucking nothing. You guys want to throw a million flash bombs that do nothing, but you don't even want to use the trap that's on the ground. I mean, how ignorant do you have to be? I'm not asking for professionalism. I'm asking for common sense. You people have none of it. It's shocking. It's really unbelievable. Now, I don't particularly want to get blinded over and over and over again for no return. For literally nothing. For no reason at all. I'm getting sick of it. I mean, it was entertaining when you kept on missing, but now it's starting to piss me off. You're missing half of them, and when you do actually make contact with them, it doesn't achieve anything because you've successfully flashed him like 3 or 4, like 4, maybe even 5 times by now. It's ridiculous. I can't believe this team. How can they all be so bad? And again, we're not even dealing with game sense at this point. We're dealing with a lack of common sense. Because if you can observe that the flash bombs aren't fucking doing anything, why are you still throwing them? That's the thing, they don't even observe that. There's no observation that goes into what they're doing, and the question that I have to ask is, if you're not watching to see what the monster's fucking doing, then what are you even... how are you playing the game? Already unaffected by the flash. I mean, that was even shorter than last time. That was actually 3 seconds rather than 5. I don't even think it was 5 last time, but point is that it was just a bit over 3 seconds when I said it was 3, but that was literally 3 seconds. And he's getting flinched anyway. I mean, it actually achieves nothing. And I cannot believe this team. It's just an embarrassment. quite frankly. And there's no point me telling them not to flash, because I don't think they speak English. Now would be the time for a trap. I think I do have a pitfall on hand. I can drop it on him. No, I don't have a pitfall. Shit. Oh, that's right. This is the game where I don't have them. Keep forgetting. Are you spinning? Of course you're spinning out. I mean, you don't want to actually spin out, because that takes even longer to complete than a golf swing. You can get the golf swing out faster than waiting to spin out. And on top of that, you can roll out of it faster after the golf swing, as opposed to spinning out. So overall, spinning out is worse. I don't think he's spinning out strategically because he's like, oh, the monster's not there anymore, so I'll spin out. I think he's just spinning out anyway. I've never seen him do a successful golf swing out of that spin. So it'd be nice if he stopped doing... He might not even know that you can do that. He might not even know that you can golf swing out of the fucking spin. Watch him. He just... Not since Monster Hunter Tri have I watched a person intentionally spin out. That's how long it's been. And there were some people who didn't know what the fuck they were doing in Tri. But that's shocking stuff to see that now. How can you play like that? We're not talking about novice play, we're talking about bottom of the barrel here. It's really, really bad. I just can't believe it. You still managed to hit me there. Okay. I really thought that I'd cleared that, but the width of that fucking spike is actually pretty nasty. Well, that was some actual shit. I'm gonna talk to him, I'm gonna be like, why do you keep flashing? Oh, shit. Fuck! Why do you keep flashing? This isn't second gen Monster Hunter. It's just unbelievable. Makes no fucking sense to me. Un manto. Whatever the fuck that means. Unbelievable. Well, they're responding to me in a language I can't understand, and I probably appealed to them in a language they couldn't understand, so there you go. It's just stupid. Because again, it's not about not realizing that the flash bombs don't do anything, it's the fact that you are actually being shown that the flash bombs aren't doing anything, and yet you continue to do it. Which means that you are lacking common sense, not game sense. What it comes down to is they think that flash bombs will, no matter what, help them out. If a monster is flashed, then that's good for them. They don't even observe to see what it does, they just think that there's this unshakable rule that the hunt's going to be easier if they throw flash bombs. Well, if they spent less time throwing flash bombs and more time hitting the fucking monster, they'd have higher DPS and we'd be done with the hunt faster. There's no reason to continue blinding me the whole fucking time. If I was playing with Vernon right now, he would not be playing with these people. He'd be absolutely gone. Anyway. I'm tempted to just leave the room. In fact, I think I will, because these people... I mean, this ended up being basically Doomlink's life hunts. In fact, what I will do is probably change the title of the video after the recording, because... yeah, this is just Doomlink's life hunts at this point. So that looks to be like basically the only room that I can be in, unless I join this guy doing key quests, which might actually be more entertaining than hunting with those ignorant fools. Hello, Jenny. I can deal with beginners, but people who just don't have common sense, I can't handle that, because if you suck at the game and you've got no common sense, just... no, oh come on. Oh, he's hunter rank 4. Well, I thought it might have been low rank, but still. He's doing low rank quests, though. I don't have time for this. Look, I'm sorry, I'm not here to do low rank quests. It's just not happening. Oh my god. You got new headphones, so my voice sounds deeper. Well, certainly the quality of my voice is going to change depending on whatever you're listening through. But yeah, if you ever listen to my voice with a really good pair of headphones, you'll know that it's pretty high quality. They are definitely key quests. Definitely. That guy's gone and decided to depart on his own quests, just by himself. I guess he got sick of waiting. Friends. Let's try to guess his password. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's... Try 1, 2, 3, 4. Try 999. Okay, we'll try... Those are the two obvious ones, obviously. We've got 9876. No. How about quadruple 0? Okay, this is the next choice. I can do this. If none of these work, 9346? Okay, I will. But I'm just going to try these first. Look, people make really shit passwords, I'm telling you. That's what they do. I will try 9346. Nope. Okay, these guys actually have a decent password. I don't know if you've ever tried to break into passworded rooms before, but it's really easy. It's really easy. Well, I don't know what to say other than I don't really have anyone to play with except for those people, and now their room is full. He's doing low rank. They're doing low rank. This guy's on a quest on his own. I guess I have to join him, don't I? At this rate, it would have been better to hunt with Ken Dragon. Shockingly. Well, whatever. GRV. Grv. No it didn't. Potato. Monster Hunter G was only ever released in Japan. On both the PS2 and the Wii. Monster Hunter G released on the Wii in 2009. And I believe the servers remained up until about 2012. Which is pretty impressive. They lasted longer than the actual Monster Hunter G servers on PS2, I believe. I don't think... Well, then again, I've got no idea when the Monster Hunter G servers closed on PS2, because it was none of my business to start with. That was a Japanese game. And I only know that it was 2008 when the Monster Hunter 1 server shut down. So if the Monster Hunter 1 server shut down in 2008, then you'd think Monster Hunter G would have been 2010, so... Anyway. I'm still sitting here waiting for GRV, of course. Which is fucking annoying. Because he's soloing a quest that... Even if he were to leave that quest now and do it with me, we would finish that faster than it would take for him to solo it right now. That's what I would guess. You have a copy of Monster Hunter G on Wii? I'm planning to, you know, just have the physical copy on PS2, but I probably wouldn't bother getting the... Well, I could get it on Wii, actually. I could get, like, the box for it. I was planning on getting the box for it, but I never did. I haven't seen the hunting horn meme, and I... Oh, you mean the one... Oh, the one that you posted on Discord where it was an explosion. Don't know if you can call that a meme. Oh my god. GRV seems pretty content to waste my time today. I could make a room myself. It's possible that people will actually join. I mean, Really annoyed that people like just choose to go AFK and won't even return at any point. They won't close the room, they won't actually hunt with people in the room, they'll just sit there and do nothing. Well, Potato, if you haven't played Freedom yet, play that first. Freedom is a good introduction to first gen. Just because you don't have to do that stupid analog stick crap. Although, I can't remember how Monster Energy on the Wii did it. Was that analog stick controls or what? Well, Jenny, the Monster Energy fan servers do have issues because there is a bug where in the room with in the tavern where all the groups are there choosing their quests, all the players glitch around. They don't move smoothly, unfortunately. And I think there are other issues too. It just needs to be ironed out. And I don't know if it can be ironed out. I hope that it can, but yeah, I do plan to play Monster Energy at some point, but I will play all of Freedom before doing that. It may very well have used the same controls as Tri, and if it did, then that would have been the definitive first gen experience. It would make sense. I can't imagine them coming out with a game in 2009 that had those analog stick controls, so I think they might have had it be the same as Tri. Or the same as the portable games anyway. But I think they would have used the right analog stick for the camera. This guy's making me angry. He's dead set on soloing his quest, and, you know, I've waited long enough, mate. I'm not waiting for a group of 3 to return from a quest, I'm waiting for one fucking guy to return from a quest, and then what do we get to do? We get to 2-man. Woo. I'm not waiting for ages just to 2-man something. Look what I'm stuck with. It's got the Tri controls, that's pretty good. I didn't want to play it back then because it was Japanese only. But I guess I probably should have. Would have been able to enjoy it for a number of years because, again, the servers didn't shut down until 2012. Oh well. It never crossed my mind that I would play it, because I did not want to play a game where I couldn't read anything on the screen. Well, a low-rank Brachydios might be the worst possible quest that I could do, because I'm dead sick of hunting Brachydios, and I certainly don't want to do low-rank quests, but here we are. Here we are, settling for what we can get. You actually want to play Poka Poka Idol Village, okay? If you're that desperate, I mean, there are so many games you could play before playing Poka Poka Idol Village, seriously. I do not know why you would want to do this. I'll use Hammer, seeing as though it's a low rank quest, why not? Do I have a Water Awaken Hammer? I think I do. Where would that be? Awaken Hammer, where is it? Let's look for a Water Hammer. I really don't remember. I think I've got an Awaken Ice Hammer. So that's my Gemaran Hammer there. Water, water, water. Hello, I do not have water. Okay, well that's... This is shit. I mean, I could use an Ice Hammer, I guess, but I don't really want to. Okay, I have to use the fucking Gemaran Hammer, that's fine. You watch, they've already departed without me or something. No, I don't think they'd be willing to do that. They could, but I don't think they would. If they have, then that'll probably be it for the recording, because at that point I wouldn't have anyone to play with anymore. That'd be the end of it. Oh, they haven't departed, good on them. Again, it might sound like I'm being super paranoid, but I've got video evidence of these things. Happens a lot. Even in Generations Ultimate I had that. One day I got the angriest I've ever gotten on camera, ever, I think this was in 2018. I was recording Generations Ultimate, maybe a month or two after it came out, and I went back to high rank to kill a Kirin. There were people playing high rank in the high rank hub back then. Maybe there still are people doing that. I don't think there would be many though. But at that time there were actually people doing that. And I went back and joined this group. We were doing, it was turns actually. There were two of them and then me. We were doing our turns, and one of them posted their quest, and I did their quest, that was fine. And then I went to go and post Kirin, but I needed to... How did that work? No, I must have been turn number 3. First guy posted, second guy posted, but before I could join the second guy's quest, he departed without me because I needed to change weapons and eat. I spent about 60 seconds doing that, and then after I got up out of wherever I was seated, maybe 2 minutes we'll say, when I got up out of where I was seated to eat, I checked and they had departed without me, 2-man. And I unloaded, I lost my mind. Because I was going to work that day and I wanted to get something done in the game before I went to work. And I was not able to because these guys were wasting my time. I can't remember what the situation was. I mean, it wasn't quite that. Whatever I just said, it wasn't quite like that. Because that wouldn't have technically wasted my time, but... maybe I wanted to hunt what the... No, it was actually a kid in room, I think. Maybe, whatever it was, they had seriously wasted my time in doing that. And I wanted to get something done, I was recording it, and I basically said to him, like, why the fuck would you depart without me? I was just getting ready for the quest, and then they kicked me for that. They didn't really talk, but when I shit-talked them for going and departing on a quest for 10 minutes without me, even though it took me only 2 minutes to get ready for the quest that they had departed without me on, they went and kicked me for complaining. It's like, okay. I was screaming at them on camera. I was fucking angry. But, I can post that in my Discord at some point, actually. I mean, I've never gotten angrier on camera than I did that day. Anyway. I am gonna go and hopefully kill this thing as soon as possible, because as far as I'm concerned, this quest is a waste of my time. But I'm not going to be so aggressive as to take hits stupidly. May as well do a super pound there. I'm not really aiming for the head too religiously. I sort of am, but... This is how you do the spin, although I did get hit anyway. The spin is fine, like, I don't have an issue with people doing the hammer spin, it's when you spin out. Because you're basically not even doing an attack at that point. If you're spinning into a golf swing, that's an attack. Spinning out is not an attack, that's barely doing anything. Might be fine for applying slime, but I don't know. There goes Makoto. The spin is good because it's a way to do a golf swing without actually committing to standing in one place. Hey Vernon, I'm sorry to say that I'm probably about done. This is probably going to be my last quest. I just can't do this anymore. I'm stuck fighting a low rank fucking Brachydios at this point, and I think I'm quite satisfied with what I've done. You missed out though. I went and played with this group that were so bad that I don't think I've played with a worse group in 3 Ultimate before. I mean, technically I guess I could have played with a worse group, but it's been a long time. There is no group in recent memory that is worse than the group that I was hunting with earlier on. And, yeah, it was pretty miserable stuff. Entertaining, but towards the end it stopped being entertaining and started getting really fucking unpleasant. And I'm playing just absolutely abysmally against this Brachydios right now. Like, this is some embarrassing shit. But, whatever. I guess because I'm just lazily trying to do my golf swings here. And missing every single one. I just don't, I mean... Here I am trying to be nice to the team, and I'm the damage dealer. What I was going to do was try to not super pound them away, but I mean, if I'm the one doing the damage, then I may as well. No, that's not good. I don't even know where you are. Yeah, that's fine, Venom. No problem at all. But yeah, I think you will enjoy watching that. It really was terrible. I don't even know why this thing's still alive. I guess because I'm using hammer and I'm doing poorly with it. That's probably what it comes down to. Oh, that was a good timing for the flinch there. That was good timing for the flinch, not a good timing. English lessons with Doomlink as per usual. Oh god. Fortunately that did not explode. Here we go. Good opportunity there. Don't think I'll be able to get a full triple pound out there. This is actually beyond pathetic. That we are still hunting this thing right now. This goes to show. Yeah, thank you, Renopolis. This is, you know, this is probably one of the worst hunts I've ever done in my entire life. And you guys are probably like, whoa, that's quite a thing you just said. Well, I'm serious. This is something about this hunt. I hate it so much. I mean, I'm so done with Brachydios. I don't want to do low rank. I'm barely doing anything to this bastard, it feels like. And, yeah. I don't really know what to say other than that. Sorry, guy. Let's try and do another golf swing. Okay. This should fucking kill him, come on. Isn't Brachy high rank only? Yeah, I think you're right about that. Well, I thought it said HR3 for this quest, that's all. Quest info. HR3. No. This is a low rank, alright. Because HR4 is the first rank of high rank, isn't it? Or is it not? 3 is high rank? What the fuck? They changed it in 3rd gen? That's very weird. Or rather, they changed it in this game. I'm pretty sure HR3 is still low rank in... No, that... Seriously? That's very weird. Yeah, they changed it. So there used to be 3 ranks in every single... level. So it would be 1 to 3... and then 4 to 6, and then 6 to 9. But, well, that's not quite... No, you know what I mean. Point is, it used to be HR9, but... I've been playing the older games too much, you see. I just remember HR3 not being high rank in the past. That's all I can say. Anyway, I guess that's why it wasn't super quick. That was some fucking shit, though. Not fun at all. Alright, catch you later, Potato. That's alright. We're allowed to have a shit recording once every day. So... all good. I will probably catch you all next time. I don't know what I'll be recording next, but, yeah. We'll work that out when the time comes. I will see you all next time, and thanks for joining. Bye-bye.